Hi, welcome to Expansiveness of Light. Today I would like to share about the perception of death and how it is looked upon as a negative thing, something to fear. I went down to the river and I was noticing all these leaves were just gracefully floating down the river. And I was like, it was like nature reflects the truth to us. And in truth, the whole dying process, maybe not the whole dying process, it all depends upon the human, that it can be a graceful experience. It can be a beautiful experience. I remember, my mom who actually died pretty much 3 different times, and I did videos about that. You can look at that. It was the second time when she basically was like all of a sudden, and we weren't expecting it. I was with her. She was like, "God will take care of us," and she went out for 3 days and 3 nights, and then she came back and she saw through the veil, and she told me what she saw, and and then she would have moments of this prophetic voice, essence, consciousness, creator consciousness. She would expand out, and then she'd come back in, and one time she said, "There is no such thing as death, or there's no such thing as birth." And many of the spiritual teachings speak about that. Because in truth, wherever you are, wherever your loved ones are right now, if they're transitioning, if they're feeling ill, they are, and you are, the absolute. You are the God. You are the creator. Just wearing this vessel, this costume, this human body as a persona. But underneath all of that is your true self. And so when we can understand that, and we can allow ourselves to digest that, then we become free from the fear of death. And we see it more as a transition, kind of like fall. The reason why the leaves are leaving the trees is because it is time for them to leave. And the way that they're leaving is, if you reflect on it and go deeper, the wind. Right now it's kind of windy, so the spirit consciousness, God, in the wind is helping each leaf to detach itself from the physical world. And when you look at it that way, I don't know about you, but for me, it's a beautiful experience. And when we trust our true self, that we're always taken care of, that we're always safe, then that is when we can gracefully float down the river of life. And it's time for these leaves. Yeah, they've only had a season. It's time for them to go. Even though my personality prefers spring, prefers spring, everything blossoming, coming alive, flowers, uh, new. I've never really liked fall or winter because cold, contraction. Spring, summer feels expansiveness to me. Um, However, I'm looking at fall as now a beautiful thing. And fall, oh yeah, fall, leaves falling. If you look at a leaf as, like, say, a physical body, it's holding on to the branch, the tree of life. And then it gets to a point that it's let go of enough control, human control as a body per se, and then it starts to fall from the tree of life. Surrender. This leaf actually surrendered. And when we surrender, then everything becomes easy and graceful and peaceful. Also, what I noticed is on the river, there were so many leaves. There were so many beautiful leaves that were just coasting down the river of life. And I would like to say this. There is an acceleration going on this planet. We are shifting from an old paradigm to a new paradigm. And there will be a lot of souls leaving this planet, more than probably they have ever left in any other period of time, per se. Because those souls, our soul pretty much chooses before we come in when we're going to leave. I believe that there may be a few exit points a soul can choose to leave, a human can choose to leave. However, that is all decided upon before we come into physical form. So, this is my intuition, this is part of what I've learned, that no human can be cheated out of life. If they leave early or midway, they chose that for higher reasons. Sometimes we may not understand. And the thing to remember is that you and all of us are eternal spirits having a human experience. So we have all of eternity to have many lifetimes if we want, as a human or as a different being or many, many things, because we are infinite consciousness, and we can become anything we want to become. So I hope that actually helps you and helps loved ones maybe dissolve some of the fear around the dying process. I am not saying, again, the people that are left behind and also the one that's leaving, there is an emotional attachment, and it can be extremely hard. Um, and there is a natural grieving process. Usually, a natural, healthy process is, from what I've learned, about 2 years. So, the other thing I would like to share is my own experience with my mother making her final passage. And I probably will maybe do a video about the day of her last passing, because that was actually the first time that I experienced letting a loved one go, someone that I love probably the most of anyone that I've ever known. That I had so much light coming into me. Well, I felt her around me so much right away. And so she actually took me into states of bliss, her spirit. Um, but there was a gateway of light coming in, because we have gateways of light coming in all the time now. It's a fast acceleration. And it was like 4 weeks after her passing, and I had so much light coming in, and I didn't I didn't have any grief. I didn't have any sadness about her, because I felt oneness within myself. And see, the more that we find that oneness within ourselves, the more we do not need anything outside of us. Um, we don't have that intense need. So anyway, I just wanted to share all of that with you, um, and I just want to say I love you, uh, because we're all one. We're one essence. And so may you have a peaceful and graceful day of beautiful magic and love and light. Thank you.